Tekken is hard, and that's kind of the point. Tekken is one of the hardest fighting games to learn. New players feel overwhelmed, lost, and like they're getting washed with no explanation. But people keep coming back. Why Tekken feels so hard compared to other fighting games? Well, other fighting games, for example, Mortal Kombat, they have a block button, shorter move list, easier to understand offense and defense loop. Tekken, however, has no block button, movement-based defense, 80 to 150 moves per character, and the knowledge checks are everywhere. Sports fighters are a little different than Tekken. Boxing games have realistic rhythm, clear rules such as punch, block, stamina. And Tekken, on the other hand, has 3D movement, low, mid, highs, sidestepping, tracking, and spacing. A lot to account for. Tekken doesn't just test your reactions, it tests your knowledge. Here is why beginners struggle. Movement is king. Backdash canceling, sidestepping, spacing matters more than combos. Knowledge checks for unsafe strings, snake edges, launch punishable moves. And defense is harder than offense, but you must know when to duck, when to stand, and when to step. And as a beginner, even for myself, here are some of the pain points that I feel like beginners have when they first play Tekken. Too many moves to memorize, getting hit by things you don't understand, no tutorial tells you why you lost, rank doesn't feel forgiving. In that aspect right there, you will see a lot of people get frustrated when they are playing this game. And there's also an emotional piece to it. Tekken doesn't hold your hand like other games. It lets you fail until you learn from your mistakes. Losing 10 matches in a row, but learning one thing could be the key thing to get you to your next rank or to just make you a better player all around. Even though it might be frustrating for some beginners, people still have fun and people still want to turn the game on. So why? Every small improvement feels huge. Landing your first launcher combo feels amazing. It is very satisfying. I can tell you now, when I did my first full combo with Lily in a match, I wanted to stop right there and just have a moment to myself. Characters feel powerful even at low level. Expressions through playstyles such as aggressive, defense, and movement heavy. Tekken rewards effort more than talent. And that's what I tell people when they first start is, yes, it's cool to learn a combo. Yes, it's cool to learn, an 100 damage string or whatever have you. But you need to understand the small things first before you really step into the big things. Because if you understand the small things in Tekken, the big things are way more rewarding and it will come second nature to you if you just understand the basics of the game. Some people ask, what makes Tekken more addictive than other fighters? And for me and myself personally, it's the depth in the game. You're never done learning. Matchups can change how you play. Mind games evolve over time. If you lose, it's usually your fault, and that's frustrating, but also empowering. Knowing that you lost because something you didn't understand will either have you searching for answers to do the right thing next time, or you might just crash out. For comparisons, MK feels solved faster. Tekken keeps opening new layers. You can kind of get the basis of MK within a first couple of matches. You kind of see the gameplay loop. But Tekken is so deep that every character that steps in front of you is now a whole new problem. And for beginners, I think one of the most beneficial things you can do for your gameplay is to go watch your replays. People like to go in and try to just learn their combos and stuff like that. No, go watch your replays. The replay system is amazing. You can absolutely go in and take control of the character in the situation where you lost at, or, you got hit into a full combo. You can go back and take control of the character to see what you could have done there. Could I have sidestepped? Did I just need to block a little bit longer? Could I have power crushed? What could I have done differently in this scenario for me to not end up where I ended up? Here's an example of me going against this Jin that I was pretty much dying to Jin's down to. And then I got frustrated and I went into the replay mode to see what could I've done against Jin's down to change the outcome of the match. And here's the proof. Here's an example of it. Really? Oh, let another gen do that dumb shit. Yeah, yeah. While rising into a full combo. Try that shit again. That on top of punishment training, I think are the two things that will make you a better player. Go do punishment training for like 20 to 30 minutes before you enter a ranked match. Just pick random characters and punish them. Learn what they're negative on. Learn what you can do to them if they whiff, if you need to do a counter. When is the right time to do a counter? The timing on the punish. All that stuff you learn in punishment training. If you try to learn it in a real match, more than likely, you will lose. Some of the most satisfying things in Tekken is dodging instead of blocking, whiff punishing on reaction, conditioning your opponent, winning without flashy combos. Playing small Tekken sometimes can really get you the dub. You don't need all these big combos. You don't need all the long strings. Sometimes small Tekken is all you need to get the dub. When Tekken clicks, you understand spacing and timing. As you play, you will see the timing and the spacing and the openings in the fights that you have. And those are moments for you to punish, counter, or launch. And once you learn the three, you can now kind of have your way with the fight at hand. This is my first Tekken, and I can tell you right off the bat that I was very frustrated in the beginning. I was very frustrated, but I was dedicated to understand what is going on. I can't let this happen again. I need to know what to do to this character in this scenario because I'm tired of losing. So once you get past the whole button mashing stage of just pressing buttons, seeing what the character can do or whatever, and you get to the stage of where you're trying to be intentional, that's where the game starts to get really fun. After that, you can now start playing mind games with people because you know your character so well. You now have the awareness to see what the character is doing to you. That way you can prevent that next time. Another common thing that beginners struggle with when they first start playing Tekken is going against players that have years and years of knowledge in this game. If you've never played a Tekken and you approach Tekken, say in Tekken 8, you might come across people who have been playing since Tekken Tag 2 or Tekken 3, and that alone puts you at a disadvantage because this person already has knowledge on what's going on, what these characters do, and how to go against it. So don't beat yourself up if you're not winning a lot of fights in the beginning. And of course, that's easier said than done.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn!
Early on in ranks, you could possibly come across somebody who is higher ranked with another character, but with a new character, he's on your rank. He will still understand the fundamentals of Tekken. He might not know that character he's using, but he will still understand punish. He will still understand counters. He will still understand whiff punishing, and he will still understand what he's looking at with your character because more than likely he's seen it more than 100 times. So don't let that mental stack build up when it comes to that kind of thing because, like I said, a lot of these people have had prior knowledge to Tekken 8. So Tekken isn't hard to scare you away. It's here to challenge you and to make you a better gamer overall. If you can have patience and understand Tekken, then you have patience to play probably any game that you want to put your mind to. So who is Tekken really for? I believe Tekken is for the gamers that love to play a new experience, understand the new experience, grow, acquire a new skill, polish that skill, and just overall enjoy the ride of learning. If you fall into those categories, then Tekken is definitely a game for you. Me personally, I have fell in love with just every day I see something else I didn't see yesterday. Oh, wow, I can punish that? I didn't know that. Or some days I just get on and I go into replay mode and I watch all of my replays that I know I got my ass kicked in and I understand what's going on in that replay. So if you like to grow and acquire new skills and like to hone in on something great, Tekken is definitely the fighting game for you. Get in that lab, do your due diligence, study the game, and you should be well on your way. I won't hold you guys any much longer. If you like this kind of content, please follow, subscribe, and share. Helps the channel, helps us grow. I also have a Discord link in my bio. And see you guys next time on the next video.